she's making more, according to him, I don't have the actual numbers, in one speaking engagement than an entire WNBA season, and she don't even have to leave the house. And Clark can get away with charging very high numbers and fees.
Caitlin Clark didn't waste a second after the WNBA season ended before locking in her next major payday. While half the league is still stuck in debates over salaries, social media fame, and front office decisions, Clark has already secured a powerful off-season move, and it's got everyone in the league paying attention. But this time, she's not chasing box scores or buzzer beaters. She's chasing legacy, influence, and a serious amount of money. And no one's feeling the pressure.
He's been very instrumental in shaping my career, and we had a sports psychologist and a therapist that would travel with our team and would be there for people that had performance anxiety or had, things going on completely outside of basketball that nobody knows about, nobody watching on TV knows about, and at the end of the day, a lot of people forget we're humans. We have lives outside of sports, and we have problems outside of sports. We have a lot of great things outside of sports.
More than Angel Reese, who once again finds herself watching Caitlin Clark dominate the headlines. What Clark is doing goes beyond basketball. It's about power. While the WNBA wrestles with collective bargaining disagreements, travel complications, and Commissioner Kathy Engelbert continues her game of media hide-and-seek, Caitlin is inking deals that dwarf league paychecks. And here's the twist.
And it looked like Caitlin Clark has landed her first speaking gig of the offseason. His last offseason was Caitlin Clark $100,000 an hour speaking gigs. Well, I'm here to tell you she is not taking long getting back to work, raking in the cash because she has landed.
Aren't sneaker partnerships or flashy ad campaigns. They're high-profile speaking engagements, $100,000 per appearance, where Clark earns superstar-level income simply by sharing her story of success and leadership. These aren't your average autograph signings or locker room interviews either. Clark is headlining major corporate functions, the kind that draw Fortune 500 execs, crystal chandeliers, and luxury catering. She's walking into rooms where million-dollar deals are just background noise. Reports say she now commands a six-figure fee for...
But she can also make some serious cash, and that's a virtual one right there. And according to an old LinkedIn post, her virtual speaking fee starts at $100,000, which is, you're talking about on Zoom or whatever, right? That is nuts.
Each event, meaning she can out-earn an entire WNBA season salary just by speaking for an hour. It might sound exaggerated, but it fits perfectly with the persona of the woman who turned the University of Iowa into primetime entertainment and helped push the WNBA into the mainstream spotlight. The season is barely cold, yet Clark is already the face of a new era in sports business.
But look like Caitlin Clark is headed to Long Island Association, bro. So we're stating Long Island Association joined the Long Island Association's president and CEO, Matt Cohen, moderates a special conversation with Caitlin Clark discussing her record-breaking performances, impact, and cultural influence on October the 29th at 10:30 to 12:30 in New York.
So why are companies racing to book Caitlin Clark and not Angel Reese? Let's just say the difference is becoming harder to ignore. Clark's next appearance is as the keynote speaker at the Long Island Association's Fall Summit, one of the most prestigious business events on the East Coast. This isn't a local fundraiser, it's a paid appearance at a posh country club where Clark will be in conversation with LIA President Matt Cohen, discussing her meteoric rise, leadership approach, and how she's redefining women's athletics in real time. Here's where things get uncomfortable for the league. Clark will earn in a single hour what the average WNBA player makes in an entire season. The league average salary is about $120,000. Caitlin makes that in a morning.
She's become the protagonist, the opposite. She's the
instigator.
She's the instigator.
100%.
Her post games reek a little bit of jealousy and bitterness.
Being pampered and speaking to audiences that genuinely respect her impact. No hard fouls, no dirty screens, no missed calls, just applause and air conditioning. And while the WNBA front office keeps holding emergency meetings over charter flights and marketing strategies, Clark is already 2 steps ahead. That's what stings most for Angel Reese. She's worked tirelessly to build her image. Bayou Barbie turned pro athlete and media figure. But Clark managed to become the face of the sport quicker, louder, and with far more polish. Reese can post all the one-liners and motivational captions she wants. But Clark's not begging for recognition. She's monetizing it. This isn't just a speaking gig. It's a statement. Every deal Clark signs repositions her at the top of the food chain in women's sports. When one player's brand becomes more valuable than the league she plays in, the power dynamic begins to shift. Corporate
I don't know what it is, but these women forever hating on CC, dog. It's looking real spooky out there for a bunch of these WNBA stars.
Sponsors stop asking how to work with the WNBA. They start asking how to work with her bae. TV producers skip the league's press team and go straight to her agent. And for players like Reese, who expected to be the WNBA's centerpiece, it's a sharp wake-up call. Relevance doesn't come from branding. It comes...
Let's talk about Angel Reese's newest attempt to match Caitlin Clark's success. Remember how Clark's speaking fee made headlines at $100,000? Well, guess what? Reese has suddenly increased her own fee to the exact same amount. If you go to this popular website that's known to book sports speakers for the last 25 years, you'll conspicuously see Angel Reese's new speaking fee. Coincidence? I think not. Let's rewind to a few months ago, same website. But here, Reese's fee is not declared, and they should be contacted for further information.
From results. While the league works through its growing pains, Clark is building a standalone empire. She's laying a foundation not just as a player, but as a brand powerhouse. Just think about this. Icons like Serena Williams, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady command $150,000 to $250,000 per speaking gig. Clark's already in that league, running boardroom appearances with the same poise she shows on fast breaks. Her name...
She's talking about, she's charging $100K for speaking events, and fans is like, Shrek? Since when? And you only doing this because of Caitlin.
Gets standing ovations in spaces where business leaders barely know how to pronounce WNBA. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is stuck watching it unfold, possibly scrolling through the headlines with a forced smile. And just when it couldn't get more obvious, it does. Because guess what? Surfaced recently. Angel Reese has suddenly adjusted her own speaking fee to match Clark's. Yep, on a well-known site that's been booking sports speakers for decades, Reese's fee is now listed at $100,000 per appearance. Exactly the same number Clark made news with. Coincidence? You decide.
Think again. Let's roll it back to just a few months ago. That same well-known speaker booking site? Back then...
That's jealousy and envy and delusion, all mixed together. Angel Reese has done a couple of nice things, added some femininity to the way these women dress. Great. No one's tuning in to watch Angel Reese play basketball. She's not that skilled. She's not that good. She's an energy player. She gets rebounds. She gets puts back. But no one's tuning in to watch Angel Reese. It's just not happening.
Angel Reese didn't have a listed speaking fee. Instead, it said you had to ask. Her rate was hidden, undefined, a question mark. Now, suddenly, after Caitlin Clark's $100,000 fee made headlines, Angel's number magically appears and matches it. That's not coincidence. That's reaction. But this isn't just about rivalry. It runs deeper. This is about control. Caitlin Clark has done something no other WNBA athlete has pulled off. Full independence. total autonomy from the league, while players and union reps lock horns.
I think the thing about leadership is like how you approach every single person is going to be completely different. And I think the thing that's helped me be successful throughout my career has been the relationships that I've been able to build with people, and every single person you have to approach differently because they come from a different background, they come from a different place. Somebody can be a little more tenderhearted, and for me, I'm probably want to be screamed at. Like, it's just everybody's a little bit different. So I think that's what's unique about leadership and being able to understand people, but that takes time, and building relationships is really important.
Over bargaining details and minimum salaries, Clark's out here showing she doesn't need league politics to thrive. The uncomfortable truth, the WNBA relies on her far more than she'll ever rely on them. Every time her name catches fire online, the league reaps the rewards. Each time she steps in front of a mic, she elevates the league's image, like a walking, talking PR machine they didn't build, but desperately need. But here's the twist. This isn't their machine anymore. It's hers. It's no wonder big business saw her value before the league did. They recognise Caitlin for what she is, not just a top-tier athlete, but a global commodity. Her appeal isn't locked to a state or city. It stretches far beyond. Young hoopers in Europe mimic her shooting style. Fans across Asia catch her games at odd hours. Parents in the US buy their daughters Clark jerseys, not just because she plays well.
She's not Michael Jordan. She's not Magic Johnson. She's not Larry Bird. She's someone that taunted Caitlin Clark on a big stage. Those are the facts.
But because she represents excellence. Every generation of women's sports has its moment. Caitlin Clark is this moment. That's why her upcoming appearance at the Long Island Association's prestigious fall event isn't just another box to check. It's a message. A declaration that the business world has made its pick for the face of women's sports, and they didn't need the league's blessing to crown her. Angel Reese can call herself the face of the WNBA all she wants. But when companies start writing six-figure checks to Caitlin for speaking gigs, the truth becomes loud and obvious. Corporate dollars don't lie. And the gap between the two? It's growing wider by the day. While Angel's chasing followers, hashtags and headline clout, Caitlin's mastering a very different game. The one that matters most. The money game. She's transforming her platform into real leverage. Her story into...
Throughout the year, WNBA players were demanding to be given credit for elevating the league. Angel Reese claimed that she was along with their pretend friends in the mainstream media. They wanted us to believe that the WNBA was exploding in popularity. They wanted to keep all the credit for themselves while downplaying the impact of the only star in the league, Caitlin Clark.
Strategy, her image into income. With each corporate gig, she's not just adding to her resume, she's making it crystal clear. She is the story. Everyone else is just playing catch-up. Caitlin Clark isn't just pocketing fees, she's reshaping the business model of women's sports. She's proving that independence beats insecurity, that real substance will always outlast surface-level noise. While Angel scrolls through social media, wondering why the spotlight keeps drifting, Caitlin just keeps standing in it, on the hardwood, at conferences, and likely soon in executive circles. Here's the part no one wants to say out loud. When Caitlin Clark plays, viewership spikes. When she's off the court, those numbers fall. That's not PR. That's data. She is the engine. She's the economic driver of the league. So you can bet there's a little panic bubbling up in WNBA boardrooms now that their biggest attraction is securing major cash complete.
Well, now, jealous WNBA players will have the opportunity to earn that credit. Now, players like Angel Reese, they will be given the chance to test their star power.
Completely separate from them. No team logos, no official league tie-ins, Just Caitlin, a stage, and another $100,000 check. It's Caitlin Clark's world now. The league, they're just hoping to stay part of the conversation. You can practically hear the scramble behind closed doors. League-friendly media outlets trying to play it cool, calling it just one speaking event. But they said the same thing last time. And the time before that. One event became 3, then 5. Now her name dominates Twitter trends for 2 days straight over a speaking gig, and suddenly sponsors are showing up with open checkbooks. What makes it even more impressive, she's doing this in heels and a tailored blazer, not sneakers and sweatbands. While Angel's busy posting filtered shots with captions about staying humble, Caitlin's stacking bookings and closing deals. And let's be honest, the envy is hard to miss. You can almost picture Angel Reese scrolling through her feed, fists clenched, every time Caitlin Clark is trending again.
Once again, WNBA players are getting exactly what they wanted. Here is your chance to prove that you can make it without Caitlin Clark. Here is your chance to prove that you're all stars, instead of the reality, which is you're in the spotlight of the real star.
Angel spent her time trying to position herself as the league's it girl, speaking on culture, fashion, visibility. But Caitlin, she didn't talk. She executed. In just months, she took that crown. While Reese worries about styling deals and brand aesthetics, Caitlin's racking up real partnerships, high-level contracts that stretch into 7-figure territory. It's not even the same playing field anymore. And somewhere deep down, Angel knows that. Because here's the part that stings hardest. Caitlin Clark has become something the WNBA has never seen. A player so big, so magnetic, so commercially valuable, she doesn't need the league's infrastructure at all. That's not just influence. That's power. When one athlete's name eclipses the league's own branding, everything changes.
Shooting 39% on the year. As a power forward, as a 4, as somebody who shoots within 5 feet of the basket on, let's say, 90% of your field goal attempts, that's not too good.
Her legacy, uninterrupted. That's real power. And the most fascinating part? She doesn't brag. She doesn't post about it. She doesn't clap back. She just lets the facts speak. Every Forbes feature, every new headline, every major partnership widens the gap between her and the rest of the league. Caitlin has turned professionalism into her advantage. While the league argues over travel budgets and player flights, she's in front of investors and executives, building her brand from scratch into a self-sustaining empire. Even her quiet moments are strategic. That's how far ahead she is. She's not just winning games, she's rewriting the formula for success in women's sports. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's media team is still trying to convince the public she's on the same level. The truth is, the WNBA never saw this coming. They wanted marketable stars who were easy to manage. Instead, they got a transcendent figure who doesn't need their platform at all. Caitlin Clark doesn't chase the spotlight. It follows her wherever she goes. So on October 29th, when she steps into that ballroom, polished, composed, and effortlessly commanding, the executives in attendance won't be seeing just another athlete. They'll be looking at a brand, a mogul, a movement. And somewhere, Angel Reese will be staring at her screen, refreshing her timeline, watching Caitlin trend once again, trying to understand how it feels to lose the spotlight she never truly had to begin with. So why are these major brands calling Caitlin Clark and not Angel Reese? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and check out the next video on the screen. We'll see you there.